Trading meme coins in 2026 is all about speed, having access to the fastest technology and information first. That's probably why Axiom has maintained its place as the #1 trading terminal on Solana. But the problem is that the Axiom team is very active shipping new updates, and even some of its most active users are not tapping into its fullest potential. In this video, I'm going to break down the most important parts of the Axiom trading terminal, the best new features and some new features that went completely overlooked. It doesn't matter if you're brand new to trading meme coins using Axiom or you've already been doing it for months. This video will unlock some new insights on how to use Axiom to trade like a crypto millionaire. If you stick with me until the very end of this video, I'm going to provide you a handful of custom meme coin trading resources, tools like wallet tracking lists, AI chart scanners, and more. My name is Vic. I've been in the crypto trenches since 2020. I've worked with brands like Kraken, Exodus, and over 100 more. And just to be clear, nothing I say in this video is to be considered financial advice. It's for educational purposes only. And if you're new to using Axiom, make sure to use a safe link. There's one located in the description of this video. You can also use my referral code CryptoVic on sign up, which will help support the channel since when you trade, I might get a commission. And that helps me make these videos completely for free. I don't sell a course. I don't sell a mastermind. My community is completely open. So if you do use my link, I really appreciate it. Now, I've actually created a brand new Axiom account for this tutorial. And I would say that this page right here, the Pulse page, is pretty much the homepage of the meme coin trenches. But as you can see, this new pairs column is just going so quickly and I immediately want to start filtering things out. So I'll jump over here to the filters button on the Pulse page, and you're most likely going to have every protocol selected. I actually want to unselect all of them and only choose the pump fund protocols. If you want to, you can turn on Mayhem or Bonk or Bonkers, but this pump fund protocol is pretty much where majority of the biggest meme coins are minted. I can go over to the final stretch tab here and just do the same thing and just make sure that it's only pump fund tokens that are selected. One other filter that I can do as well is going over to the metrics tab under new pairs. And at the very bottom of the screen, you'll notice this pump fund logo right here, and then a dollar value. This is actually the bond price for a token to migrate on Pump Fund, and it's currently $34,000. So I just want to take 10% of that and set it to the minimum market cap. So I'm going to set it to about 3,500, just round up since it's 34.6. and apply that. And now I'm just going to be shown a lot less tokens that come out in the new pairs because most tokens under that 10% of bond price are not going to be worth looking at. If you want some other strategies that I use on how to actually track down and filter out meme coins, I do have a video that I dropped at the start of the year, which go over 3 different strategies. I highly suggest that you watch that as well if you are learning how to trench. And you can access that video right there up in the corner. So Axiom isn't just a Solana platform. There's also a BNB side, which is the Binance blockchain side. I can switch over on the Pulse page between BNB and Solana like that. I can also switch up here at the top right-hand corner. If I ever need to bridge between Solana and Binance, I just click on this right here. I'll click this little transfer button right over here, and that's going to open this exchange dialog where I can convert Solana to Binance. I can click this button in the middle just to flip it if I want to go Binance to Solana. If I need to deposit onto Axiom, I will click this deposit button, and that's going to give me my deposit address. If you don't have crypto yet, you don't have Solana or BNB, I highly recommend you using Kraken. Kraken Pro is by far my favorite and most trusted centralized exchange. They have the lowest fees on the market, and I have a full tutorial on how to use Kraken Pro right up at the top. So if I'm curious about any of these tokens, I can go and I can look into them. So I'll just click on the name of a token here, and that's going to open the chart for me here on Axiom. Now there's tons of information on this chart page that I can go over. I have the name of the token, the photo if I hover over. If I hover over this name here, I can copy the contract address. I can search Google, search X just with one click. I can also open the actual pump fund page by clicking this pill. I can see right here who the fees will go to, and this is usually the developer. If I hover over this little guy icon, it's going to show me the X page. There will usually be different icons for different social media or a website. All that stuff will be right up here. This little eye sign with the number shows how many Axiom users are currently looking at this. I have the market cap, the price per token, the liquidity, how much Solana has been paid in global fees. This crown right here shows the amount of dev migrations. And I can actually go down here to the bottom and click dev tokens to get more information on the different tokens that this dev has created and how many have migrated. And then if we come over to this side, we have lots of settings. If I click on chart settings right here, I want to turn on account for fees in average lines. This is just going to make sure my buy and sell line actually has fees accounted for it. If you don't have it on, it's kind of misleading. I can come over to watched lines and turn on top call lines and top track lines. It's just going to give me more lines on my chart of when people that I follow have actually purchased. And if I go over to the top holders tab, I can do the same thing. I can adjust any top holder lines if I want that stuff. And then up at the top, I can click show all bubbles. And this is going to show me some generic calls that I don't have tracked yet, but are commonly tracked. I can also see when it migrated. I can see when it paid DEX and just kind of get a timeline of the actual project. Another thing that I want to open is trades panel right here. And this is going to show me the actual trades that are happening in real time. A huge benefit to the trades table is that there will be little icons for like fresh wallets here, top 50 holder. See right here, there's an insider. It'll also show bundlers and calls that you follow right here. So, seeing the amount of money coming in and out is going to give you some pattern recognition on whether or not this is scammy or pretty organic. Now on the right hand side, we have a ton more info. I can close this if I ever want to using this wide chart view button like that, but I like to keep it open. I do like to keep this buy and sell panel closed, but we do have our fee presets in this. So I want to come down to preset 1 and I can just easily set auto fee if I want. And that's just going to give me a calculated fee based off of the amount of transactions happening on chain right now. I can also set my MEV protection to either off, reduced, or secure. If you want more info on what does what, you can hover over this icon here. And basically MEV protection is going to prevent you from getting scammed by MEV bots, which will cut the line of the transaction you're taking and then turn around and sell it to you at a higher price. You can get scammed pretty bad if you are aping big amounts. If you're aping big amounts, I would definitely have it on. If you're not and you're aping small amounts and just trading quickly, you could probably have it off or set to reduced. Slippage is also going to be the amount of price change that you are accepting when you purchase or sell. I would definitely keep your slippage on the buy side lower than your slippage on the sell side. That's because it's more important to get out at the right time than it is to get in. 20% I feel like is quite high, especially on these smaller tokens. You could probably get away with 5 to 10% here and around the same thing, or maybe 20% for the slippage on the sell side. But this is all dependent on how much you're trading and the state of the token. It's always very different. Once this is set up and you have your fees, I like to collapse this and then I'll click this instant trade panel here. And I would much rather trade with this, which is just a one-click, boom, boom, buy and sell. You can click this little pencil to edit your presets, your sell percentages, and your Solana amounts. Check mark to turn it on. If you click this active wallets button and you do have multiple wallets unarchived, then you can just select multiple wallets. And then when you buy, it'll just split up the value between these two wallets. And you can actually do this with a ton of wallets. I think they upgraded it recently to 100 wallets now you can multi-wallet with, which I don't really get why you'd ever want to do that unless you are aping, thousands and thousands of dollars and you don't want to be identified easily. But for the most part, I will trade with like 1 to 3 wallets maximum. I don't really get the whole crazy multi-walleting thing unless you're heavily tracked in the trenches. So on the right-hand side here, we have token info. This is going to show us how much our top 10 holders own of the supply, how much the dev holds, which should be 0% or like very, very close to 0%. And then snipers, insiders, and bundlers, you can kind of group that into one basket. Oftentimes they're kind of mislabeled or cross-labeled. I would just try to avoid having anything above like 20% for either of these. But the technology that's available for these bundlers now is just crazy, and it's very, very hard to actually identify this type of behavior at this point, which I'll show you a little later. You can do right on Axiom. Then we have the amount of holders and pro traders. We want as high of pro traders as we possibly can because holders is just, fresh wallets and bundles and stuff like that. And then we have a similar token section right here at the bottom, which comes in handy if there are a lot of token vamps, which are just kind of copycat tokens of a very trending token. So if you're looking at a token right here and you're not sure if it's the original one and you slide over to similar tokens, usually there will be some information here on other tokens that are pretty much the exact same. Now, if we come back over to this bottom section here, you can open up the holders tab and you can actually see where these guys get their funding from, which is really interesting. So this guy right here got his funding from Coinbase. This guy right here got funded 15 minutes ago, which is pretty fresh. Guys, Binance, and you can see a lot of information in here if you want to see, where the top holders are getting financed from. Same in the top traders section right here. Now, I do actually have an AI tool that I've created and I've given away for free. It just leverages ChatGPT. And all you do is essentially screenshot the Axiom page and upload it to the tool, and it will scan based off of benchmarks and just let you know if each benchmark is hit. I do have more information on that tool in this video right up here, and I'm gonna show you how to get that tool and a bunch of other tools for free at the very end of this video. So make sure you stay until the very end. Now, if we're looking for a more algorithmic approach on finding some tokens, you can come over to Discover here, and you're gonna have a bunch of different categories that you can play with. Trending is what I like to use, but then you have the Dex Screener algorithm right here, which is sorting using Dex Screener data. You have Surge right here, which is going to show you tokens that have moved very quickly in a short period of time. You have Top, and then you have Pump Fund Live as well. So you can see any live streams that are happening right on Pump Fund right now. So one cool thing that I don't really use that much, just because whatever I do on chain, I keep very private, but a lot of other people who use Axiom don't. They post their wallet address, they post their P&Ls, all that good stuff. And these new features allow for that, and they really lean into that kind of token calling culture. So if I come up to the top corner right here and I go to lobby, since I'm on a brand new account, I got to set a new username. So I'll set it to like Vic Backup. And this will also be my referral code. If I do want to sign people up and try to earn commission on signups, I'll hit save changes. And now I have something here that's called a lobby. And in the lobby, it's kind of like a text channel. I can just like send a message. I can also send token calls to this channel. So let's say this random token here, I just hit this little broadcast button, send alert to lobby. And then when I show alerts here, you can see that I called this token right here, even though it's like completely garbage, just an example. And it will even keep track of the P&L. So you can see it's like up and down based off of where I called it. I have a lobby P&L, a balance, all this stuff I can share. And then if I click this button right here, I can actually go and add friends. So if I have friends who use Axiom, I can go ahead, click this, search up my friends, add them here, add them to my lobby if they want to. Now, if I click this little settings button up at the top, this is where I set the security measures of my lobby. I can keep it closed or open or members only. So if you have like a Telegram channel, you can implement this and make it members only. If I click shared wallets, now I can actually set which wallets I want associated with my lobby, which is pretty cool. So it's an interesting tool to play with and just adds a social element outside of Telegram for the actual Axiom tool itself, which is very interesting, especially if you are someone who goes and makes calls or like has a Telegram channel or something like that. Now, this kind of leads us into our next page, which is the vision page up at the top. Now, this is kind of like Axiom's built-in coal scanner. And all of these guys actually have their profiles set up on Axiom, and they probably have, a lobby on Axiom as well. And all their data is being tracked and ranked against each other. So out of the last one day, these are the top 3 Axiom users who have the highest P&Ls. I can sort by like a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. And when I actually click on one of these guys, I can go into more detail on their actual P&L. I can open their performance calendar right here and see, based off of days, what their performance looks like. And then if I go up to the top and I hit this rename to track button, I can click it here and I can just rename it whatever I want. So this guy's name is Noir. And just like that, I've added his wallet to my wallet tracker. And I can go through and just find wallets right here, right on Axiom that I want to track. and just easily add them just like that. Now, if you don't track wallets yet, I do have a free list of Solana wallets that are pretty popular that people track across the blockchain. Top traders on many, many different coins. I will give you for free at the end of this video as well. And we're going to go up to this trackers tab, and that's going to open this page, which has two sections on it. The first side here is the wallet tracker. And you can see I already added this Noir guy right here, and I just did that. Now I can change the way that I'm notified for all of these guys. And I just like to turn off this toast button right here. And this is actually a toast notification. So I don't want to get these like little bubble pop-ups when they buy. I don't really care that much. I just want to see it on the chart. And then on this side is the actual Twitter tracker. So this isn't tracking on-chain activity. This is tracking Twitter accounts in real time that I'm subscribed to. So I can go over to customize feed and top subscriptions, and I can just click this plus sign here to start following all of these guys on my Twitter tracker. And then over on Twitter alerts, this is where I'll see all of that data come through. Now I do also have a Twitter tracker list that I'll give you at the end of this video as well. And once this stuff is populated, I don't actually have to come back to the trackers page to access it. I can go to the very bottom here, and there's some buttons at the bottom of Axiom. So if I click wallet, it'll be this floating box right here, but I can just snap it to the side like that and have the trades tab open. And now I can see this Noir guy's made a couple trades. And I can also do the same thing with the social tracker. So it'll most likely be this hovering bubble, and I can just snap it to this side. I can watch X, and on this side, I can watch the trades coming through on my trade tracker if I wanted to. There's also some other buttons at the bottom. So there's a Discover tab, which is just the same as the Discover page. There's Pulse as well, which I'm on the Pulse page right here. There's a P&L tracker as well, which is good for streamers. And then there's an Alpha tracker, which is just going to show us some major events of these different tokens. So this one had DEX paid. This one had a claim in fees, and just stuff like that. I don't really find this too important, but it's an option if you want an alpha tracker there. Now, exploring the bottom a little more, because there's lots of tools along the bottom, we have this little bubble that we can hover over, and it's called the Market Lighthouse. Now, the Market Lighthouse is really interesting because it shows us the amount of total trades that have happened on chain in the last 24 hours, the amount of traders, the amount of volume between launch pads, how many tokens have been created, and how many tokens have actually migrated, and the daily change. So volume's actually up over 5% in the last day, which is, good. Then we have like Bitcoin's price, Ethereum, Solana. Over on this side, we have the amount of Axiom users online. So there's 12,000 people on right now. We have the estimated pump fund migration price, which we went over before. And then we have some fee recommendations, which is what those auto fees are based on. Now, if you ever have an issue with Axiom and it's just like not loading properly, you can come over to where it says global on the bottom, and you can actually select a different server, and it will show you the actual ping of those servers. So I'm located close to the US, so it'd be wise for me to use a US server, but right now I'm on global, and that's fine. I'm good with global. Then we'll head over to the portfolio page, and this is actually where we manage our own wallets, and we can see our own P&Ls and all the trades that we've done and everything like that. So if I go over to the spot section, I'll be able to see all the trades that I've done, my P&L, all that stuff. This is a brand new account, so I haven't done any trades. If I have a lot of trades that I've done recently, I can click optimize dust, and that will actually close all my token accounts and give me a little bit of a refund on those tokens. I can also click this button here, which will give me the ability to select a different wallet that I'm viewing. If I go over to wallets, this is where I actually can create and manage all of my wallets. You may have some archived, so if you click this, it will show all of your wallets. Those archived old wallets will be grayed out. If I want to archive a wallet, I can just go over and click this little eyeball, and it will archive that wallet for me, just like that. And you can see it's kind of gray, but I'll unarchive that. If I want to create a new wallet, I just create a new wallet. This is just going to create a basic Solana wallet. I can also do a vanish wallet, which is more for privacy type transactions. If I want to import my Phantom wallet, for example, or my Jupiter wallet, I can just export my private key from Phantom or Jupiter or whatever other wallet I'm using, click on import, and then just paste my private key right here, and it will import that. So then you can trade out of your Phantom wallet right on Axiom. Now, let's say I want to move money from one wallet to another right on Axiom. It's super easy. I have two sections right here, the source wallet and the destination wallet. So let's say I have money in my main wallet and I want to move it to this secondary wallet. I literally just drag and drop them right in these different sections. I can go start transfer and enter the amount of Solana, or slide this percentage bar where I want and hit transfer. I also have the ability to do a private transfer. So it's using split now to do a private transfer. And I'm pretty sure it runs it through some different centralized exchange accounts. I haven't used this personally, but this is an interesting feature, especially with the recent emphasis on privacy tokens in crypto. So one nuance to know, your main wallet is going to be highlighted in gold right here. And you can set a new main wallet by just going over and clicking make primary on a different wallet and just be like, I understand. And now boom, this wallet right here is my main. I'm going to turn it on by clicking the box right here. And now whenever I have rewards on Axiom, my rewards will actually go into my main wallet. So that's good to know if you do collect rewards. Speaking of rewards, if we go over to the rewards tab right here, I have no rewards on this page, but I can go and share my referral link by clicking this and then sending it off to whoever I want. If someone signs up and trades with your referral link, you will earn by default 30% of the fee that Axiom charges to use their platform. So the platform is free. You don't have to pay for it up front or monthly, but you do pay a small commission on trades just to use their software. And then once you actually make trades, you will get cash back, which will be available here. And also when you earn rewards from other people trading and you earn commission, this is where it will be available as well. So throughout the video, I've talked about 3 different tools that I built for free. The first one is the AI token scanner. The second is the wallet tracking list. And the third is a Twitter tracking list. If you want free access to those and a ton of other tools that you can explore, head over to vicmasterlist.com. You just make a free account. It's super simple. Go over to custom tools right here. And we have the Axiom scanner right here, the Twitter tracking list right here, and the Solana wallet tracking list. There's also a BNB tracking list and a ton of other tools. If you go over to the master list section, there's even more websites to explore if you want to, some of the biggest ones that I personally prefer and work with. And all of that is completely for free for you. If you're looking for a community to be a part of, I also run a massive Telegram community where we focus on crypto. We have a lot of meme coin traders in that community as well. It's completely free to join. My Telegram channel is available right in the description below, as well as the official Axiom link, which again is an affiliate link as I showed you in the tutorial. If you want to support my channel, honestly, that is the best way to support it. Just learn from me and just subscribe to the channel, enjoy the free content. And whenever I recommend a tool, most likely there will be an affiliate link associated with it. I'll never sell you a course. I'll never sell you access to some community or something like that. I just want to keep all of that information free for you. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. My name is Vic, and as always, stay safe in the trenches.